Right, I am with Tyler. Um, Second game on a spin, you've been given an opportunity to sit on the bench. Obviously, today was a little bit different to Monday, which was mainly your boys.
Yeah.
Today was a full first team. What were your overall impressions of the game and the experience?
To start off with the game, I thought it really was a game of two halves. The wind was ridiculous out there, and I think that played a massive part for both teams. The first half, we as a team struggled really badly to get the ball up to the front three. Playing around with it at the back, and eventually when we did decide to make a pass forward, it came straight back. With the wind, so. I think that didn't help with our first half performance.
Yeah.
So the second half was completely different. They had what we had in the second half, and we was a little bit more clinical than them in the second half. To come out 3-0 winners. But the performance was good, and definitely room for improvement in certain areas. But at the end of the day, it's 3 points on the board after last week.
Okay. And on the experience of sort of sitting this time in amongst Donny and Darren, I believe.
Yeah.
How did you find that?
Yeah, really, really interesting. It's good to sit down and kind of take on board what they're saying, and when they look to make a change or when something's not going right, if I put a word in and say I think this, and they come back and say they think that, it's good to bounce ideas off of each other and learn what they see happening in the game. And it's also probably good for them, from my point of view, to kind of think what I see. So yeah, it's always a great experience.
Okay. Maybe a calming influence on the bench as well.
I wouldn't go that far, but
Okay. As you say, when the first half we were fairly poor. When the ball went up to Darryl, often it was coming back, not really through any fault of his, but any time the ball was hung up in the air, he was always struggling because he was up against a man mountain. We got down the flanks a couple of times through Kyle and Ollie. Pullbacks generally were okay, but some good defending stopped. I think Ollie scoring once when Big Lad got across, made a good block.
yeah.
And on times, wrong decision making. It's got to be a little bit frustrating.
Yeah, of course. As a first team game in the league, it's frustrating when your chances aren't converted into goals. Anyone would love to go 1 or 2-0 up early on. It calms the game down, it settles it, and it also invites your opposition to attack. Because they can't play for the draw and they can't stick to their original game plan, and gaps and holes start to appear, so you obviously look to punish them more often. So it's frustrating when those goals don't go in, but at the end of the day, it shows character from the boys that, when you miss your first 3 or 4 chances to still run out 3-0 winners, it shows the signs of a good squad.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. First half defensively, we were a little bit shaky. They got through us a couple of times. Ollie's made a really decent save, 1-on-1 right near the end of the half.
Yeah.
They put the ball in the box a few times, had a few big lads, and it was a little bit all hands to the pumps at times.
Yeah, no, it was, and like I mentioned before, I think that was largely to do with the weather. We like to we like to play around at the back, and we like to play out from the back. So when the wind is that ferocious, and anything, when we do decide to actually pump the ball long, or when we do decide to play the ball into the channels, if it's coming straight back down your throats, it was almost like an attack defence drill for the first half, where we were pinned in our 2/3 of the pitch, and we couldn't get out apart from the 1 or 2 chances we had. So yeah, I wouldn't say the defending was shaky, because in 45 minutes they had obviously their team and kind of wind assisted behind them, and they only really had maybe 1-2 chances, so it was more to do with maybe the options that the back four had when they had the ball.
Okay. They started the second half brightly. They got downside, the right side early on. Decent strike, just went wide of the post. After that, we seemed to take control a little bit. Obviously, Pitts was becoming more and more influential in the middle of the park. We were starting to get more joy with Ollie Twam, who was giving the fullback a bit of a roasting. It seemed inevitable that we were going to score.
Yeah, I agree. Like I said, we had a couple of chances in the first half that you'd really expect the boys to put away, and in the second half they were battling the kind of the issues that we had in the first half. We were just a little bit more clinical than them. Pitsy coming back into the team today was a calming influence, both on and off the pitch. Spoke well at half time, done some things on the pitch that, you didn't really have to tell him to do. He just naturally done it because he's experienced and he's used to doing that.
Yeah.
So yeah, Pitsy was a huge help today, when you end up on DCS, Pagey, Ollie on the pitch, then you're going to expect goals to come, and they did, which is obviously great.
Okay. 2 penalties sort of sealed the deal. Did you see the incidents? What did you make of them if you did?
I saw the first one. I think it was Stonewall. I don't think there was many complaints. The referee blew the whistle pretty quickly. Didn't even look for advantage or anything like that, and gave the penalty. I didn't see the second one. I literally was having a chat with Ryan, so I can't comment on the second penalty. But speaking to certain people, they all seemed it was pretty Stonewall.
Okay, fair enough. So what next? We have Walton and Hersham away next Saturday. That's for the first team. Do you see yourself being involved again, or is this just sort of like a 1 and 2 time thing for you?
I mean, that's probably a question for Darren and Donnie and Adam. I really enjoyed the experience today, so it will be good to stay involved. If they let me. And it's a learning curve as well, like we've said, as a club and on social media, it's good to see the 23 boys today, like Ben Senior and Mason being in the squad, but it's also good for me as well because I'm learning certain things. So it'd be good to be involved. Walton are a new side under a new manager, so it'd be good to bounce some more ideas off of each other.
Okay, cool. And for yourself, the under-23s, or under-21s as it will be, County Cup on Wednesday, semi-final. Got a few details on that for me?
Yes, so Surrey made the draw yesterday. We've been drawn away to top of the Bostik League, to Mitcham in the Surrey Cup semi-final. So no doubt it will be a really, really good game. We've been looking for the challenge for the boys for some time now. We've obviously been in the CCL 21s, 23s league for 2 years now. And the only kind of real team we played in a competitive game outside of that was Carshalton in the Surrey Cup final last year. So, to get the opportunity at the semi-final stage to play against a side like Tooting and Mitcham, it will really show the work that we've done over the last kind of 18 months to 2 years to see where we are and, if the boys are really ready to make that jump up.
Okay, and it's what, a 7:45 kickoff at Tooting and Mitcham?
At Imperial Fields.
Cool. Marvellous. Well, thank you very much, mate, and good luck on Wednesday.
All right, cheers, mate.